Sometimes the hardest thing about selling on TPT is knowing what you should actually create, right? Whether you have no ideas or you have so many ideas that you don't even know where to start, let's talk about some of the products in my store that make me money every single month. So we're looking through a couple of my best sellers and we'll kind of dissect what makes them great so that you can decide what's going to work for you, because I teach elementary music, you probably don't, and so that's not the most helpful thing for you. But you can look at my products and kind of distill what's important out of them and then decide how you can apply that to your products. Now, unfortunately, I really considered maybe not making this video because I was a little bit like, do I want to share my bestsellers with everybody? Are they gonna steal my ideas? And unfortunately, I had a lot of ideas like that, which I know is horrible. And then I was like, Becca, give everyone the benefit of the doubt. They're honest people. They're not gonna steal my ideas, right? Right. So I'm not sharing you this to be like, you should make this product too, because you probably shouldn't, because it probably won't do well for your niche. But instead, take the ideas and the thoughts and the things that we distill out of these and use that to come up with products that are going to work in your store with your niche and your unique customers. Okay, can you do that for me? Okay. All right, fun new angle, right? How exciting, a different view of my piano. But I just wanted to pop over here. I'm sitting on my kitchen island because I can access my computer really well and because my office is messy, surprise, surprise. So let's talk through a few of my best-selling products. Now, today we are not looking specifically at bestsellers. If you're looking at your bestsellers, then you would want to go to your store and sort by bestsellers. We're looking instead at the products that have made the most money. So this may not be the same thing because I usually find that these are bundles, which is great because you don't have to sell as many bundles in order to make more money. And so my bestseller might not be, actually let's look. Let's also film my screen so you can see. Okay, so if you're gonna look at your bestsellers, you're gonna go over here to my store. And then when you're there, you're gonna come over here and sort by bestsellers. Mine is automatically sorted this way, so that is fine. My bestseller is this virtual field trip, which we'll talk about in a second. And then after that, it is a $3 game of Kaboom, which does not come anywhere near the top seller of the year. Then I have a music lesson. I'm really surprised that that's the top 3. Another music lesson, game, music lesson, game. So these are a lot of smaller things, but when you look at your sales and your earnings, then you can see different things because it's going to show you how much made you the most money. So I have mine sorted from July of last year to June of like today because it's June 26th. And right now it doesn't have anything linked. So when I click on here, it's going to show me my products in order of what's made the most money. Now, the top one is the Nutcracker Virtual Field Trip, which is the top one over here. However, here's what I wanted to show you. If I select that one, here's my graph that it's showing me of how many sales I made and when those sales were made. As you can see, I made a lot of sales here in December because this is a Christmas resource, really. It's the Nutcracker, which is a ballet about Christmas, which again is why this probably would not do very well for you, but for me, it works really well. I sell some, other times of year, but it's a couple in October, maybe like, what's that, like 3 in August, 4 in August. It doesn't sell all year. So I make enough of this resource for it to be the highest seller of the year, even though it only really sells once a year. But because of that, it's not selling every single month, which is what I wanted to talk about in this. Did I tell you that? This is all about what products sell the most all month. So if we compare that to my Go Fish game, this one has much more spread out sales. Still more right here because that's right before summer, and I do promote this more during the summer, but that's kind of the idea. It's a lot more spread out. And then this one I wanted to show you. This one's very, very spread out. This is an I have, who has game, and it's very spread out all over the place all month long. So products like my Go Fish product, I think you're probably done with this. Products like Go Fish and I have, who has, and there's a game that I made up called Shark Attack, which again, I made up. So those sell really well, and they sell well all year round. Then I have a couple products like my Nutcracker virtual field trip. I have one called In the Hall of the Mountain King, and they sell really well at certain times of the year. So what makes products sell all year long versus only sometimes, and all of that good stuff. So here's the things that make me, the products that make me sales all year long. First of all, they solve a really specific problem. Most of my year-long sales products solve the problem of I need a fun way to practice rhythm. So I have, who has, sells all year long. Go Fish is selling all year long. And those are things that are in solving the problem of I need a rhythm game to, practice whatever. So it has a really specific problem that they do solve. As far as like the format of them, they're really easy to implement, which is something I've been really trying to lean into in my store, is making things and promoting the fact that they are really easy to implement. So card games that you print out, cut out, and you're good to go, or a board game or a worksheet, something that's really easy to add into your store, or slides that you can just throw up and you're done. Something that's really easy to implement in your store is going to help you make sales month after month after month. Also with the format, be aware that, like I just showed you, things that are seasonal are only going to sell in those seasons. So you can make enough for that to make a difference for the whole year. But if you want things that are going to sell every single month to help you make that consistent income, you want to look at things that are evergreen. So things that are not seasonal, things that are not tied to a certain season, they're evergreen, they're good all year round. With that evergreen, I would also say it helps if it's something that's easy to search. So things like Go Fish, I have, who has. Those are things that people search, that people know, that people understand. Worksheets are things that people know and understand. But if you have things that are different and difficult and weird, I have those products, but they don't sell as well because people don't instantly understand them as well. And that stinks because some of those are really, really, really great. But the things that are easy to understand are gonna be your best bets. So things people get, escape rooms, people understand. Games that are based off of real life games are easy to understand. Slides, worksheets, those things are easy to understand, and so people are going to buy them more often. So if you're looking to make those consistent sales, try to think of things that people understand. Bingo, oh my gosh, people ask me for bingo like all the time. I don't have any bingo products. Maybe I need to make some bingo products, but like that is one that seems to sell really well for some reason. Matching games tend to sell pretty well. Those kind of things that people just instantly understand what it is going to be more profitable than something where someone has to think. That doesn't mean you shouldn't make those products, but it does just, is something you should be aware of. If you have those instantly understandable, recognizable products, it's gonna help a lot. So we have our products are solving something specific. They are evergreen, they are easy to understand and potentially something someone's already searching for, and they are specific to your market or your niche or your ideal customer. I teach elementary music lessons, so all of my best sellers are usually rhythm lessons. I also have some stuff for treble clef and I have some stuff for piano and different things like that, but for me, the rhythm usually sells the best. That doesn't mean I only make rhythm stuff because other things are important too, but it means that if I'm looking for something that I think is going to do really well, I'm like, I should make a new rhythm game because that's where my sales are going to come from. That versus other people in my niche, I've seen other people whose best sellers are all piano resources and they do really well with those because they have slightly different ideal customers than I do. So depending on who is buying your products is going to change what it is. Okay, so if you're looking for those consistent month after month sales, you want to look for things that solve a specific problem, that are easy to use, that are evergreen, that are searchable. I didn't write them down in the correct way, so now I'm like really trying hard to remember what they are. And they are specific to your market. Okay? Those are the things that are going to be the best options for you when you're looking at new products. Now, 2 of my best sellers are actually seasonal products because I find seasonal products can do really, really well. Now, 2 of my best selling products of the whole, actually, let me see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 of my top 10 products are actually seasonal products. So I have 2 that are Christmas, 1 that is Halloween, and then 1 that is back to school. And those 4 products make up a lot of my sales. I'm not going to do the math because I don't feel like it, but they make up a lot of my sales, and those are seasonal products because they do the same thing. They have a specific problem they solve, which is I want to, have something really easy. All of the ones that are those are actually all slides, but they are really easy to understand. They include a lot of stuff, and those are really big products that, like I said, include a lot of stuff. They have videos, they have play-alongs, they have all sorts of things. They're really easy to use. You just throw them up on the board and that's all you have to do. They're really easy to understand. They have a specific problem that they solve. They're not evergreen, which we'll talk about in a second. And they're very searchable because they're either back to school or they're Christmas, and they're things that my market is looking for. So as an elementary music teacher, you know what we do in October in the Hall of the Mountain King? That's what we do for the whole month of October. Okay? If I have any elementary music teachers, give me an amen down in the chat. In December, you know what we're doing? We're doing the Nutcracker. That's what we're doing in December. That's what music teachers do. Sometimes we get in a sleigh ride also, but those are the main things that we're doing. So if I have products that go along with the most popular things in my niche, they're gonna sell well. Like I said, this is my niche. They're probably not going to do well for you. If you have an In the Hall of the Mountain King math resource, it is probably not going to do very well. But for me, they do really, really well. So what are the things seasonally you can add in that aren't going to make you sales every single month, but that will make sales that everyone you know is doing? Right? What are the things that everybody's doing? What are the lessons everybody wants to do in your niche at that time? Whether that is like a STEAM activity or a Christmas resource or an end of the year review activity, whatever it is, think about your niche and the teachers that you sell to. What are things that they are all doing? If you can capitalize on that, you can make a lot of sales, including, 4 of your top 10 products for the entire year that each only sell at one part of the year. Those are not going to help you make those consistent month-to-month sales, but they will help you to make more money overall for the whole year. Okay. Now I hope you found some insights into this. When you're looking at what products you should make, maybe you already have a list of them and you're trying to decide which ones are most important. I would look for things that are specific to your niche, easy to understand, maybe even things people are already searching for, that solve a specific problem. And then when you make them easy to use. If people have to put a lot of effort and thought into them, they're not going to buy them. But if people, all they have to do is print them out, or all they have to do is throw them up on the board, then you're going to be a lot more successful because of that. There are some products that people have asked for that I have not made because I'm lacking that really, really good ease of use problem, which is usually for me because of copyright and music. And so that is kind of that sticking point for me. But if I'm missing that like ease of use issue, then I won't make the product, because we want to make sure that they include all of those things. Okay. I would love to know if you have anything that follows or checks all those boxes. I would love to know how your products do, if you have seasonal ones that do better than evergreen ones. And if you have any suggestions down below, let us know in the comments. I look forward to reading them, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.